And because of that floating bubble of inattention, I have a theory that the whole talking sort of traditional model of education works for the top 20%. And I decided early on in my career that I knew I could teach honors thinking and big idea thinking to the top 20% of the kids. I knew I could do that almost no matter what I was doing. But I wanted to measure myself by how deep the class list I could go. And sadly, and I've worked a lot with elementary schools, come first, second, or third grade, the bottom of the class list already knows that it's at the bottom.
Yeah.
Thank you. Already knows that they're not understanding, and they're also noticing that the teachers don't seem to care that much. I mean, they do. They talk about caring, but they don't really fix it. They don't really help those kids because, I mean, if our goal is to go deep into the classroom, my motto is every kid working all the time. That means if I talk for more than 5 minutes, that floating bubble of inattention is getting bigger, right? I mean, what did I have for lunch, and why did my sister pick on me this morning, and who am I going to have lunch with? And it just kind of grows and floats. But if I tell kids to do an interesting task, and I say, go, and every kid picks up a pencil and goes, it's pretty easy for me to monitor that. And it's pretty easy for me to monitor that they're working. Now, I could do that with worksheets, right? I could do it with worksheets, but I found that with worksheets, you're running around and there's, how many hands are up, right? Half your class, 20% of your class has a hand up all the time. So you're kind of running around, polishing up. So then you have kids working on the worksheets together. So you can kind of do a little of that, but what makes engaging work? Generally, worksheets, frankly, I prepared worksheets for my 4th graders this morning. I mean, worksheets where they're using Cuisinart rods and they're having a talk, that kind of works. But the most powerful way to engage kids is to give them a task where they can either connect it to their life now, which is kind of what Dan was referring to. But we don't always have to do that, right? Their life now is composed of what? What is their life right now? Pop music, sports,
Boys.
CDs, boys, girls, right? Okay, so that's a fairly limited view. Now, one of the great things about middle school and the boy-girls is they want to talk. So if you can create purposeful chaos where they get to talk to each other, that's what they want to do. They'll buy in more. But besides what they're interested in, if you can connect it clearly to what they think they might want to do as adults, in other words, authentic adult tasks, they get that.
What do we know about this? Or about the Puritan?
I don't think we're supposed to read them. What do you know about crystal oil and Puritans?
Is that what you get on this? We're not happy.
Don't we want to get to the word origin? LOL.
Repression or
But what we're doing is we're doing behavioral science associations, which apparently.
So yes, next.
I wouldn't know about this, that they were
Yeah.
walked away and said
I guess
That's what happens.
what is negative.
I guess it'd be English, but here's what we know. We have to make this presentation that says you to do.
This is us making
It's too much fat we're pretending in different ways.
advertising, I don't know.
So you want to have a project that you know that if they're working on this, they're learning a lot of the important curriculum you've got to teach. And that's why right here, the power standards we start there. We absolutely start there. You're teaching something powerful so that when they're exploring it, they're learning something really important that's going to help them answer at least 20% of the questions on that standardized test.